A very good morning, my students. This is our lecture number 5 in chapter, that is from chapter our organisms and population. That is our chapter number 13, right? Okay, so till now I discussed with you the different abiotic factors, response of organisms to these abiotic factors. See, the first part of this chapter is all about the organisms and their response to the abiotic factors, right? So now our previous lecture we talked about the regulators, we talked about the conformers, their response, how do they manage, right? How do they regulate their temperature as well as pH as well as osmolarity? So till now we have finished our this lecture till the response to the abiotic factors, 2 points, that is regulators and conformers. The third, how few organisms, if they cannot regulate, if they are not able to regulate, if they are not able to adjust, then how do they respond to abiotic factors? For that, the third factor, third response we are taking here, that is the migration. This word is very common, everybody knows this term and they can easily understand that what we are going to talk about. As we know that we usually, when the migration word comes in picture, then one thing which comes in our mind, that is birds, right? As well as there are fishes also which shows migration. So birds and fishes, they show this response to the uncomfortable conditions or to the stressful condition, that they migrate from their original place. See, one thing always remember, that migration is not a permanent movement कि यहाँ से अपने ओरिजिनल प्लेस से बर्ड्स एंड फिशेस परमानेंटली मूव कर जाती है. नो बेटा, दिस इज द टेम्परेरली मूवमेंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म only to avoid stressful conditions for a shorter period of time, right? So migration is, what is the definition of migration? You can technically define that it is a temporarily movement. This word is important, that it is a temporarily movement, it is temporary movement of organisms from these stressful condition, from their, if their habitat is now not according to them, it is becoming stressful for them, so they move from that stressful habitat to a more comfortable area, to more hospitable area, and then they return back to their original place when stressful conditions or stressful period is over. That is how few organisms, they avoid those abiotic factors which are stressful for them by migration, like birds, especially birds during the cold temperature or birds during the winter, they take long distance migration, right? Example is thousands of migratory birds. The birds are very, example of birds is very common to the migration. Thousands of migratory birds from Siberia and other extremely cold northern regions, they reach to a park. It is very famous park, that is Keolado National Park. It is in Bharatpur in Rajasthan. It's a bird sanctuary. Every year during winter you will be able to see different beautiful birds. They move from the colder region, especially from the Siberia or the other northern colder region. Now, we know that birds migrate, right? This thing is clear, that how they respond to the abiotic condition, that they migrate. But the reason that why migration, why do they migrate, है ना, that should be also known to us, that why what they can't do there in the colder region, that they need to migrate. First is the photo period. बच्चे, light का जो स्पेसिफिक पीरियड है दैट इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट इन द reproduction process, right? As we already specifically mentioned that they migrate during the winter season. That's so photo period for birds especially they migrate. First reason they migrate is for the breeding, and the migration place to the area where they migrate is known as their breeding ground, because light is very important or functional activity for their gonads, right? Light period, a specific time of light, a specific period of light is important for the activity of gonads, and they become functional only when they get that specific photo period. Now in the colder region usually it is very less amount of light is available. That is why they migrate from their place. Secondly, they migrate in the search of that place where, because now we are saying that the migration place is known as breeding ground. So when we say breeding ground, it means to the place where they are moving, they are going to give rise to their offsprings. वहाँ पे वो birth देते हैं, है ना, और new offsprings are formed. So they usually search that area where food should be available. Like once they birds, they breed at a migratory place, their young ones that should have sufficient food to feed, right? And these things they are not easily available in the winter season, as well as that is why they are reason they migrate. Example is usually the birds which migrate is Siberian crane as well as falcon. They both migrate from the Siberia country, and they reach during the winter to the Bharatpur, which is in Rajasthan. That new name of this bird sanctuary is now it is known as Keolado National Park. So I think these two reasons for the birds migration is clear to you. The second is the why do fishes migrate? Same reason hai, but there are two types of fishes. What is catadroman and then is the aerodroman. Right, two fishes are there, catadroman and aerodroman. Catadroman are freshwater fishes, and for the breeding they migrate to ocean. And one of such common one freshwater fish is eel. It migrate to ocean only and only for the breeding, only during the breeding time. Aerodroman are the fishes which usually are the seawater marine fishes, and they migrate to fresh water for egg laying. And one of the famous fresh marine water fishes, hilsa, it lays its eggs in the fresh water only. That is how their breeding habitat. See, now if you ask me, ma'am, why so, it is that is called their breeding habitat, which is not suitable in the marine condition. That is why it migrate to the fresh water. Same for eel, that is not suitable breeding time for the fresh water in the fresh water. That is why it gives its eggs in the ocean. Now the another and the last response that few organisms they show to abiotic factor or to the unfavorable condition, that is suspend. This heading is suspend, and we will see that how organisms they suspend their development period for a particular time. Bacteria, fungi, lower plants, they have a capacity that they form thick layered, thick walled spores, and these spores they help, especially the bacterial spores, fungal spores, they help them to survive in the unfavorable conditions, right? And once they, like we say na, in seeds they undergo dormancy period when the conditions are unfavorable. So these spores they germinate once the environment is suitable. So means they suspend their development for a particular period of time when the conditions are not favorable for them, right? So there are three types of three methods, you can say three ways by which the organisms they can suspend their development. First is like hibernation, which is also known as, very very important point, it is also known as winter sleep, right? Three terms I'm going to tell you, and three terms these should be on your tips because this is very important topic. Hibernation, it is a winter sleep. Animals like the polar bear, you know that it lives in a very cold environment, so it go for hibernation, winter sleep, to avoid that very 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 harsh cold environment for a particular period of time. So in the normal days, this polar bear eat a lot, it gather its all nourishment, and then it go to hibernation, go to winter sleep for 2 to 3 months. Winter sleep means it only and only remains in its cave, इट डज नॉट कम आउट. वो अपनी एक गुफा में ही जाके रहता है, ना तो बाहर आता है ना ही कुछ फूड के लिए ढूंढता है. बेसिकली इट कंजर्व्स इट्स एनर्जी. दैट इज द वे ऑफ पोलर बियर to avoid the harsh condition. So basically वो जितना ज़्यादा metabolic activity reduce करेगा उसके material उतना ही reserve रहेगा, and he will be able to survive in the extreme cold period. Once that period is gone, it come out and start living its normal life, and usually it stays till 2 months in that cave. So it eats, that's why it complete gathering its nourishment in the normal days, because he knows that their condition will be very harsh, then he has to go for winter sleep. So this is a natural way or that he has adapted to avoid this harsh condition. So it does not exactly, इसका development is like कि it does not do physical activity much. It always conserve its energy, its material during that 2 months. Next, second type in this suspension can be estivation, which is also known as summer sleep. Summer sleep is seen in those animals which live in very 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 hot conditions. Snails and fishes, they undergo the summer sleep to avoid summer related problems, right? To avoid summer related problems like बहुत ज़्यादा heat हो जाती है and desiccation, dryness हो जाती है. So to avoid heat and desiccation, or you can say dryness, it prefer to go into the summer sleep, and that is known as estivation. Winter sleep is known as hibernation and summer sleep is known as estivation. The last one is diapause. Diapause is shown by some zooplanktons in very harsh condition, in the adverse condition. They form cyst-like structure. Basically, it is a stage of suspended development. Right, it is a stage of suspended development. Means they suspend, मतलब वो उस टाइम पीरियड के लिए वहाँ पे डेवलपमेंट उनकी रुक जाती है, वहीं रुक जाती है, कुछ और आगे न्यू फॉर्म नहीं होता. सो दे सस्पेंड देयर डेवलपमेंट. दिस कंडीशन इज नोन एज डायपॉज. सो bacteria, fungi, they form the spores. Polar bear, it goes winter sleep. Then fishes or some snails, they go summer sleep, which is known as estivation. And some zooplanktons, they suspend their development by forming a cyst like structure. Means वो अब उस time period के लिए जब condition harsh होती हैं, they suspend their development. Nothing further development does never take place till that time, जब तक conditions अनफेवरेबल हैं. So these are the responses to abiotic factors by the organisms, right? In the next lecture we are going to talk about the various adaptations that organisms have evolved to survive in these harsh conditions, right?